Hello, I am Max from Test Drive Vlogs, and today we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to be actually taking another tour of my 1998 Ford Ranger XLT because I'm planning to change it up pretty substantially pretty soon. So I figured I'd show you guys like kind of a beforehand, what it looks like, what everything looks like, and all that. So here we go. So basically I want to turn my truck into like the ultimate daily driver sort of. Make it as comfortable as possible, as reliable as possible, and all that. And I'm planning to do that sometime soon, which is going to be changing a lot of the truck up because there's a lot of things that need to be attended to for that to all work out, but we'll get through it. And for now, here it is, basically stock. I didn't really clean anything because I kind of wanted to look like, you know, how I normally use it day to day. So here it is in all of its gloss black glory with its gray cloth interior. Both front seats are fully manual, which is something I plan to change in the future. As of right now, this truck has 191,191 miles on it. Of course, this truck does have the 5-speed manual transmission. So we'll take the key. And let's fire it up. The Ford Ranger is a pretty simple truck, especially this 4th generation one. Everything's pretty simple, straightforward. From the left side of the dash, you have your headlight controls and gauge dimmer, a vent, your full set of gauges, which you could get the gauges that only have the speedometer, not a tachometer. It's very nice to have all of the gauges though. 4-spoke steering wheel with an airbag. Turn signals as well as your wipers on the left. A couple vents here in the middle. A couple years ago I installed this Aftermarket Radio. It's been like the best purchase I've ever made for this truck. As you can tell, I use FM a lot. Not really, I use USB 90% of the time, but it's really simple to operate. It's got some nice features to it. Lighter to the left, power outlet to the right, climate control down below that, and your passenger airbag off switch down there. As I mentioned, you do have your 5-speed shifter and some cup holders down below that. Center console, which has a little bit of space in it, some change storage. And a little bit of, like, I guess, CD storage up on top, and it has tape storage right in here. I keep changing receipts in there mostly. And of course it does flip up to make a 3rd seat, but I have a bunch of change in there that'll fall out if I do that. Above I have my Insignia dash cam that I bought a few weeks ago, and a manual dimming rearview mirror. And so, we'll shut it off, and check out the outside. As I mentioned, this truck's been kind of a work in progress already. As you can tell, I replaced the front bumper, the grille, as well as this fender over here. Haven't gotten them painted yet, that's part of the plan as well. I also replaced the hood, as well as basically everything in the front end, including the turn signal housings, and the header panel that goes back behind the grille here. My first plans of action is going to be replacing these 15-inch wheels with some 16-inch alloys off of the 4-wheel drive Rangers. The thing I'd like to do is replace these manual mirrors with some power mirrors, as well as power windows and power locks. But that's a pretty involved install. Not sure how quickly that's going to happen. I of course plan to leave the step-side bed. It's one of the best styling aspects of the truck to me. Maybe someday I'll figure out how to make the gas not spill out whenever I get gas, as you can see here probably. I've already done a few things. As I mentioned, I've actually replaced all of the lights in the 3rd brake light as well as the actual brake lights with LEDs, except for the turn signals because I didn't want them to flash fast, but I'm planning on fixing that as well in the future. I'd also like to take out this bed liner, put in a spray-in bed liner, but I know that's really expensive and I'm not sure when or if that's going to happen. As well as I'd also like to get a painted rear bumper and maybe an under bumper hitch as well, instead of the one on the bumper, because it doesn't work all too well. I also believe that I'm going to paint the entire truck because there's lots of chipping as well as cracking on the beds, sides, as well as just scratches in general down the sides of the truck. The exhaust is also a pretty big concern due to the fact that it leaks in a couple places and It probably just needs to be replaced in general. It's pretty rusty and has a few holes in it. So I'd probably have to find an actual Ford Ranger door with power windows and power locks and all that to easily get all of the power windows and stuff that I want, because it's kind of a pain to install on a door that doesn't really have any of that stuff with it. Of course, there's a few little things I want as well, like the overhead console from Explorer, as well as the vanity mirrors and lights. And then of course I'd want the power leather, maybe even heated seats from an Explorer. That's one of the first things I would like to do, honestly, because the driver's seat's pretty punishing on long road trips. One nice thing about not having the rear doors on the Ranger is the fact that I get this nice little privacy protector thing here, because if you got the rear doors you couldn't get that because it wouldn't really work out that well. But it's very nice to hide my stuff basically as I'm driving around. And then of course the one thing I can't really fix with the Ranger being a perfect daily driver is the fact that there's no room in the back for any more people really. They can fit back here, but it's very uncomfortable and nobody ever wants to do it whenever I'm driving around, so that kind of sucks, but that's what you get like a big four-door sedan or something for. And so thank you all so much for watching this video of my 1988 Ford Ranger XLT. There'll be more stuff to come in the future on this, probably more stuff to be replaced as well that I haven't even thought of yet. But for now, that's my plans and whatnot, so thank you all so much for watching, and I'm out of here. See ya.